about all of this and what I went through in the whole process. It was insane. It was literally like years of stress and torture. But that's all that happened. If you have questions, hit me up. So this story is how I lost my teaching job and pretty much my teaching career because of Vitaly, the prankster guy who calls himself a comedian, who's in a Filipino jail right now. So I worked in production. I worked at all different levels. I worked as talent, assistant, everything. And I was also a teacher. I was a video production teacher, graphic arts, PE, coach for a little while. I had been teaching for 16 years at this point. And I got a call that Vitaly was doing a video. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know. I just went. And they said, okay, you're a mattress salesman. And anybody that has worked in film understands how this works. You don't get a lot of background. You don't ask a lot of questions, or else you're not going to get hired. And so I went to the gig. I walk in, it's a mattress store, and they say, you're a mattress salesman. Okay, cool. So I'm standing there for a little bit, and some people come in and out. I interact with them. And then all of a sudden, two girls come in, and they take off their tops and push me onto the bed and say, what can we do for a free mattress? And then Vitaly runs in the store. What are you doing in my store? And so basically, I was in a video with nudity. I refused to sign any of the paperwork for them to use my likeness. And I thought nothing of it. I didn't think much of it, because they said this isn't going to appear anywhere. I didn't sign anything. Well, a year later, I'm standing with my assistant principal, and a student walks up and has this video on his phone and shows me and the assistant principal. And my face probably went white like a ghost. I had no idea that this video existed. And it was a hidden camera prank show. And it was out there. It was right before Thanksgiving. And I just had to worry about it that whole week. And I get back to school, and a couple days later, the head principal comes in and says, Matt, you need to go talk to HR. So they put me on administrative leave, and then a few months later, my union president negotiated something where I could resign rather than getting fired, and anyway, all that stuff. But between that period of time and the video being seen by my assistant principal, I was asked to take that video down, and I had no power to do that. And I reached out to Vitaly and said, hey, my teaching career is on the line. Can you take down this video? And he refused to do it. So that was why they eventually forced me to resign and were going to fire me. Because that video just never got deleted. So I had to hire an attorney against Vitaly to get that stuff off the internet. I had to, after I lost my job, I then got a letter in the mail a couple months later saying that my teaching credential was being challenged. So I had to hire an attorney to defend my teaching credential. And I ended up winning it. But by then, I was kind of over teaching, and I went into real estate. Anyway, that's how Vitaly ruined my entire teaching career. And it's kind of karma that he's in a Filipino jail. He's a really bad person, and he's ruined a lot of people's lives. I know other stories that are like mine. I know a poor Canadian girl that was in a similar situation as mine, and she got deported because of the video, and he refused to take it down. There's a lot of stories like that. He's not a good dude. He beat up a woman in Miami. I don't know why people even continue to watch his stuff. He's a terrible person, and he kind of deserves what where he's at. So anyway, I have a ton more details about all of this and what I went through in the whole process. It was insane. It was literally like years of stress and torture. But that's all that happened. If you have questions, hit me up.